Captain Elena stepped out of her small scouting ship, boots sinking into the alien soil. She slowly surveyed the lush jungle landscape, one hand resting lightly on the grip of her holstered sidearm. Protocol dictated extreme caution when making first contact with a new species, especially pre-spaceflight civilizations. Elena flipped up the visor on her helmet, letting the fresh, humid air wash over her face. The bioscan had shown no dangerous microbes or airborne toxins. A chorus of strange cries and hoots echoed from the jungle's green depths. This planet teemed with undiscovered life. Captain, sensors indicate a settlement approximately 1 kilometer to the southwest, near the river, reported the AI's voice in her helmet's comm system. Population under 300. They appear pre-industrial, simple agriculture and hand tools detected. How shall we proceed? Elena considered carefully. Non-interference was the standing regulation, but perhaps an exception could be justified this once. We'll go meet the locals. Just me, send a stealth drone to observe and record what you see. Keying a sequence into her wrist console, Elena activated the ship's camouflage shielding. Now it would be undetectable during her absence. Monitor all wavelengths in case they try contacting other settlements. Understood, Captain. Checking the atmospheric composition once more, Elena hardened her resolve and set off towards the village. Crouching unseen in the thick foliage at the edge of the settlement, Elena silently observed the aliens through the trees. They resembled tall, gangly bipedal lemurs covered in rust-red fur. A few crude huts clustered around plots of vegetation she guessed were crops. One alien toiled with a simple hoe in a field, swaying slowly on 2 legs. His reddish fur glistened with sweat under the hot sun. Suddenly his head jerked around, huge liquid eyes focusing directly where Elena lay hidden. She held her breath, willing her translator implant to work. "Who's there?" The alien called out in a strange fluting voice that the translator modulated into accented English in her earpiece. Heart racing, Elena stood up slowly and stepped forward into view. She raised both hands in what she hoped was a peaceful gesture. For a long moment, alien and human stared at one another, silently across the cultivated rows. His alien features were impossible to read, but she sensed surprise and caution. The other villagers were emerging from their huts, chattering excitedly. Elena tapped the vocalizer at her neck. "Greetings, I mean you no harm." Her words emerged, tuned into the alien tongue, the vocalizer sampling the language from the translator feed and approximating speech. She hoped it conveyed reassurance. The lemur-like farmer blinked his huge liquid eyes uncertainly. He turned and made a series of twittering sounds to the others gathering behind him. An older alien with intricately braided fur stepped forward, limbs trembling slightly. Elena guessed her in village elder. Haltingly, the aged alien spoke, translator crackling to life in Elena's ear. "You come from the sky?" Elena smiled gently. "I do. My name is Elena. I journey between worlds to meet new species." She indicated the intricate scrolling script on her uniform patch. "I represent humanity and the United Terran Federation." A susurrus of amazed chatter swept the crowd. The elder leaned heavily on her carved wooden cane. "I am Mama Thel, leader of Brightwater Village," she rasped solemnly. "We hereby welcome you in peace, Elena who journeys the planets." Weeks passed as Elena and the villagers cautiously got acquainted. Brightwater's inhabitants were called the Sratha. They were gentle forest dwellers, existing in loose hunter-gatherer bands guided by village mamas. Elena taught them some basic science and allowed limited scans by her ship's medical drones, slowly earning their trust. In turn, she was introduced to native fauna and customs. Sprawling, colorful forests filled with burrowers, climbers, and grazers. The river teemed with unique microorganisms, holding chemical secrets. One glorious afternoon, she even rode proudly atop the village's mightiest domesticated beast grail as laughing village youngsters cheered. Their innocent joy and unbridled curiosity kindled an almost maternal affection in her heart. But with affection came responsibility. She could no longer feign non-interference. The Stratha deserved to reach their own potential, to someday claim their place among the stars freely alongside humanity and others. That night, beneath the fluorescent glow of Grail's captive essence lights, Elena broached the topic with old Mama Thel. "Your people show great intelligence and kindness," Elena offered. The old alien blinked approvingly. "With proper education, perhaps technological instruction, The S-Wraitha may one day travel space themselves. Mama Thel waved a skeptical hand at the night sky glittering above. Among the lights in great dark, this is wise? Elena nodded firmly. The stars hide countless wonders, Mama Thel. Not just dangers, but knowledge, beauty, brother species to be befriended. She gently took the elderly alien's clawed hand. What say you, as leader here? Allow my people to return in peace soon and begin uplifting yours towards the heavens. The Federation asks little in return. Mama Thel gazed silently upward for long moments, then back to Elena and her offered hand, eyes glistening with wonder. 70 years later, do you believe she can truly have come from the sky, as they claim? Sratha primary trainer Katra asked skeptically. Seemed suspiciously myth-like. Her intern, research sub-assistant tech, shrugged noncommittally, peering through an observation port window. I mean, here's the proof. Hard to deny the evidence literally in front of our noses. In the sterile chamber below them, an imposing bipedal figure in a sleek spacesuit made final adjustments before climbing into a compact interstellar craft. Age had lined the face inside the helmet, but the dark eyes were as lively and curious as when they had first met young Tech's ancestors, 70 seasons ago in a jungle village. Now white-furred trainer Katra watched in fascination as their visitor readied to depart after nearly a lifetime's guidance. Tech's heart swelled with young pride for his advanced people. Perhaps one day he might command such a fine ship amongst the stars himself. With a burst of plasma engines, the craft began accelerating forward even as the laboratory bay defenses shimmered open. Faster and faster the ship flew until with a sudden blinding flash, it seemed to vanish impossibly into thin air itself. Trainer Katra gasped, long ears flattening in alarm. But research sub-assistant tech still spotted a tiny glittering mote vanishing light years away as humanity's first contact headed for home at last, their uplifting work done. Where she went, the grateful thoughts of an entire world sailed with her.